The first time I met Captain Soraya Ven, I thought she was going to break me in half. Not on purpose, just accidentally. She was built like someone who ate gravity for breakfast. Her armor, smooth silver plates etched with glowing blue circuits, hugged her form like liquid metal. But what really stood out were her legs. Not in the way most humans would think, but in the way an engineer would admire a masterpiece. They weren't human legs. Not even biological. They were Vornyx alloy, a rare, almost mythical hybrid of metal and muscle fiber that could sprint across starship hulls, leap over ravines, and withstand direct plasma bursts. I'd only ever read about them in military research journals. So when she approached my repair station on Outpost K7 with a sparking fracture along her right leg, I couldn't help saying, "Those are the most impressive legs I've ever seen." Her glowing cerulean eyes snapped toward me. The station went silent. Two engineers dropped their tools. One whispered a prayer. Another slid behind a crate, ready to duck for cover. Because complimenting an elite Vornyx warrior, especially about her combat limbs, could be taken as disrespect, or challenge, or flirtation, or all three at once. Soraya stared at me for 3 long seconds. Then she said, in a low, surprisingly calm voice, "Human, I have something better to show you." My stomach plummeted. I expected punishment. A duel. Maybe immediate dismemberment. Instead, she tilted her head toward the docking corridor. "Follow me." The other engineers stared at me like I'd been sentenced to death. But I followed. Because if a 7-foot armored alien warrior tells you she has something better to show you, you don't ask questions. You walk. And hope you survive. The unexpected invitation. As I hurried behind her, trying to keep pace with her effortlessly long strides, she led me deeper into the outpost, past the crew quarters, past the storage bays, past even the restricted science wing. Finally, we reached a sealed bulkhead door marked "Authorized personnel only, Class Sigma." Soraya placed her palm against the scanner. The door opened with a hiss of pressurized air. Inside was a small, dimly lit room humming with alien machinery. Glowing conduits lined the walls. A large containment pod sat in the center, pulsing with a slow, ethereal blue light. I swallowed. "This is classified," I said. Soraya didn't answer. Instead, she removed her helmet, letting her metallic black hair spill out like a cascade of shadows. She studied me with her piercing eyes. "Human," she said, "you praise my legs." I meant it respectfully. As engineering. Beautiful engineering. A hint of amusement flickered in her eyes. Most humans shy away from commenting on anything that makes them uncomfortable. But you spoke with honesty. And precision. She stepped closer. Her presence radiated strength, controlled, refined, disciplined. "It tells me you are not afraid to see what others overlook." She tapped the containment pod. "And that means you may be the only human on the station who can understand what I'm about to reveal." The pod's light dimmed, then brightened again, alive, pulsing. My throat tightened. "What's in there?" She faced the pod. "Vornyx Core 0. My heart nearly stopped. "That's impossible. Core 0 is a myth. A hypothetical precursor." "Not hypothetical," she said. "Not anymore." She pressed a sequence of symbols on the panel. The pod hissed open. Inside floated a shimmering crystal, fractured, glowing, resonating with a strange harmonic vibration. It was beautiful, terrifying, alive. "This," Soraya said softly, "is what I wanted to show you. Something greater than my limbs. Something greater than any weapon." She looked at me. "This is the true heart of my people. Middle, revelation of the Vornyx secret." I stepped closer, mesmerized. Soraya, I whispered, if this is real, it could change everything. She nodded. Which is why you must help me. Help you do what? Help me save it. My breath hitched.
Save it?
Soraya began to explain. The Vornyx Empire was fracturing. Internal conflicts. Power struggles. Some factions wanted to weaponize Core Zero, turn it into a superreactive energy source capable of annihilating planets. Others wanted to destroy it before it fell into the wrong hands. Soraya? She belonged to a third faction. The Guardians, she said. We protect what should never be used. I stared at the radiant crystal. But why me? I asked quietly. I'm just a technician. I fix hydro valves and scanner coils. You are more than that, she said. You see details. You notice things, even when others overlook them. I blinked. Because I complimented your legs? She smirked. Because you recognized engineering brilliance when you saw it. Without fear. Without hesitation. She gestured toward the containment pod. This core is unstable. It fractures more every day. I need a mind that sees cracks before they become breaks. Someone who understands systems, not war. You think I can stabilize it? I think, she said, leaning close, you may be the only one here who can try. I exhaled shakily. I don't know if I can do this.
Then I will show you, she said.
Something better than Vornyx alloy. Something better than strength. She placed her hand over her chest. My trust. The words hit harder than any weapon. The work begins, and the danger arrives. Over the next hours, Soraya and I worked together, her providing Vornyx schematics, me analyzing fracture patterns, recalibrating containment, and adjusting resonance frequencies. And slowly and possibly, the core stabilized. Cracks sealed. Vibrations evened out. The glow steadied. Soraya watched me with a strange, quiet intensity. You are unlike any human I have met, she said. I'll take that as a compliment. You should, she replied. But before I could say more, a deafening alarm blared. Red lights flooded the chamber. Soraya instantly drew a plasma blade from her back. The Empire's hunters, she said. They tracked me. A violent explosion rocked the outpost. The door buckled inward. Weapons fire echoed down the corridor. Soraya's voice dropped to a whisper. They're here for the core. I stepped back, panic rising. What do we do? She turned and pressed something into my hand. A small crystalline key. If I fall, she said, you must protect the core.
What?
I'm not a soldier. No, she said softly. You're something rare. Someone who chooses courage even when fear is justified. She stepped toward the door as it began to crack open. Soraya, wait.
She looked back at me.
You praised my legs, she said. Now, let me show you why they were forged. The battle that changed everything. The door exploded inward. 3 armored Vornyx hunters charged inside. Soraya met them with speed I didn't realize her body could even contain. Her legs bent, coiled, and launched her into the air with impossible power. She spun, kicked, struck, and moved like a living storm. Her legs weren't just weapons. They were poetry, precision-built engines of survival and honor. I ducked behind the containment pod, clutching the key, heart racing. Soraya fought fiercely, but the hunters were relentless. One grabbed her arm. Another pinned her from behind. A third aimed a weapon directly at the core. No! Soraya roared, breaking free with a burst of strength, but not fast enough. The hunter fired. The containment pod cracked. Blue light erupted in jagged sparks. The core wailed, a sound I felt in my bones. Without thinking, I sprinted toward it. Eric, Soraya shouted. Get back. But I didn't.